It's now time for you, your parents and carers, to really think about the choices that are available to you. It's really important that you choose courses which are right for you and not simply just because your friends have chosen them. If you are struggling to choose any of the courses, feel free to talk to Mrs. Tedstone or anybody else in Hensford Valley High School. Every student will study 7 main subjects: English, Maths, Science, PE, PSHE, RE and vocational subjects. You will then need to choose 2 options. The 2 options you can choose from are Art, History, Hospitality and Catering, Performing Arts, Information and Communication Technology, Land-Based Studies and Travel and Tourism. Good luck in your choices.
It's Miss Bird here. It's just a quick video to look at the travel and tourism option for when you are ready to choose your options. Travel and tourism is a 2-year programme of study. So over your 2-year programme of study, you will look at 4 different units. Those 4 different units look at things like the customer service experience, they look at UK travel and overseas travel, and they look at things like transport and excursions. One of your units is an exam, so there is a little bit of work, guys. I do apologise, but don't worry, because we will teach you the skills that you need in order to be successful in your exam. Hopefully, over the course of the study, you will learn lots of new skills. You'll learn how to be an independent learner. You will learn how to be part of a team. You'll learn lots of customer service skills. So if you do choose a sector to work in when you leave school, hopefully you'll have lots of those skills already to help you be successful in the role.
Hello everyone, I'm just going to talk you through the hospitality and catering option available to you. So I'm just going to get a PowerPoint up to share with you, and we'll just go through that. Okay then, so this is the BTEC Entry Level 3 Award in Introduction to the Hospitality Industry. It takes 2 years to complete, and you need to complete a total of 5 units of work. The units are both theoretical and practical, and that does mean you will not be cooking every single week. The first unit introduces us to the industry and the different types of hospitality outlets within the industry, and also the services each of the outlets offer. We do try and include some hospitality visits into this unit so students can get a greater insight into the industry. The second unit is all about customer service and the importance of good customer service. We look in great detail about how we communicate with others efficiently, and also look at non-verbal types of communication. In this unit, we also operate a cafe-style outlet where students take on the role as a waiter and demonstrate how to provide excellent customer service. We then complete 3 practical units, which include serving drinks and snacks, and also planning and preparing hot and cold snacks and meals. In this unit, we look at personal hygiene and safety throughout food preparation, cooking and storage. We also learn about the legislation involved in working in the industry. The units are all assessment based, so you complete assignments for each unit which are marked by staff and then verified by the BTEC examination board. There is no exam for this course. This is always a very popular option choice and gives students a real insight into the hospitality industry. It builds on practical skills, independence, and self-confidence. This course will broaden your practical-based knowledge and teach you about many of the job opportunities available in the hospitality industry. Parents at home can support throughout with encouraging students to practice the skills learnt at school when they are at home. The option you choose must be right for you. You now have a few decisions to make. Thank you all for listening. Right then, so this is a BTEC Level 1 certificate in Introduction to the Hospitality Industry. It takes 2 years to complete, and there's a total of 7 units of work that needs to be completed. The units are both theoretical and practical, and I must say that you will not be cooking every week. A lot of the work is theory-based work. The first unit is introduces us to the industry and the different types of hospitality outlets within the industry and the different services that each of those outlets offer. We do try and include some hospitality visits into this unit so students can get a greater insight into the industry. The second unit is all about customer service and the importance of good customer service. We look in great detail about how we communicate with others efficiently and also look at non-verbal types of communication. In this unit, we also operate a cafe-style outlet where students take on the role as a waiter and demonstrate how to provide excellent customer service. We then complete 3 practical units, which include basic food preparation and basic cooking, and also a unit which involves looking at the different types of kitchen equipment used in the industry. We then look at how to use various small pieces of catering equipment in a kitchen. The last 2 units we look at food commodities and how to prepare and store them safely. Then lastly, we study healthy eating. We look at different diets for different groups of people, recommended daily amounts of nutrients, benefits to the body, and create a presentation with all this information. The units are all assessment based, so you complete assignments for each unit which are marked by staff and then verified by the BTEC examination board. There is no exam for this course. This is always a very popular option choice and gives students a real insight into the hospitality industry. It builds on practical skills, independence, and self-confidence. This course will broaden your practical-based knowledge and teach you about many of the job opportunities available in the hospitality industry. Parents at home can support throughout by encouraging students to practice the skills learnt at school when they are at home. The option you choose must be right for you. You now have a few decisions to make. Thank you all for listening.
welcome. I want to present to you today a PowerPoint giving you an insight as to what art and design is like at GCSE. It's important that students are fully aware of what the course entails before making a decision. So here we go. Art at GCSE. Is it right for me? As we start our creative journey, we begin with a project all about food. I chose this theme as it is broad, giving students the flexibility to produce a wide range of art pieces and the opportunity to study a vast array of artists. Students will study different artistic styles and movements to create individual art pieces that reflect the theme of food. This will be achieved by experimenting with a variety of materials, giving students the chance to identify their strengths. The elements of art, such as colour, line, texture, space, shape and tone, will be revisited and then demonstrated throughout this project. I'd like to take this opportunity to mention homework and that during the course there is an expectation for artwork and research to happen outside the classroom, with students looking for any opportunity to build their portfolio. Moving on to the second project, I chose the theme Imagination, for similar reasons as Project 1. The topic is broad and gives students flexibility in every aspect. Imagination is the key to creativity, and unlike food, whereby students have many visual representations available, ideas that come from the mind tend to be more magical, mythical and abstract. The possibilities in this project are endless. There is no right or wrong. Students have complete freedom to produce creative and individual art pieces that reflect almost any artist they wish to study. It's within this project students will be encouraged to digitally manipulate images, further giving the illusion of surrealism. As the students return to the course at the start of Year 11, we endeavour to go on an educational visit. Unlike the first two projects, the aim of this is to enrich students with a more fine art stimulus, introducing them to a serious side of art and design. They will be given the chance to draw from real life, take photographs for primary research, and study realism, proportion, perspective and form. The work submitted for this project, along with the two previous projects, completes 60% of the overall grade. The three projects together form the portfolio aspect of the course. In January of Year 11, students begin exam preparation. The theme for this final project is given by the exam board. Students will use all knowledge and practice gained prior to this to research, develop, refine, record and present their ideas. The exploration of this final theme will lead to a 10-hour art exam set over 2 days in which students will produce a final piece under exam conditions. Okay, so we have looked at the work involved. Now I want to talk about how the work is graded. There are 4 specific areas of criteria within each project. This is AO1. During this stage, you will research your theme and relevant artists and begin some initial ideas for your project. For example, in Project 1, you could research both sweet and savoury food items before maybe narrowing it down to just one later in the project. You will analyse the work of other artists and annotate your own. Moving on to AO2, this is where you begin to refine and experiment with resources and materials. The initial ideas from AO1 are explored and annotated. Students will try different techniques and show samples of materials that have been tested. Throughout the entire project, students are expected to annotate their work with thoughts and feelings, processes and materials they have used, and why. Next is AO3. It's recording ideas and observations. Ideas will be presented in different ways and of course annotated. They are recorded using different compositions and creative and interesting presentations. Ideas will be looked at from different viewpoints, and the process of selecting an idea for the final piece of the project begins. AO4 is the outcome. It is where all of the project connects together, making a personal and meaningful response. A final piece is produced responding to an artist that has been explored, and a full conclusion is written. The final piece may be a 2D or a 3D design. Okay, now we've looked at the themes that we study and the way we grade work. I'd like to talk now about a few misconceptions that you need to think about. The first one, art is easy. If you're considering art because you think it is easy, then that's not the case. Art students need to be organised, hard-working and dedicated. There will be work to do at all times, and I will constantly be reminding you of deadlines that need to be met. Second, I like the practical activities. You need to remember that there is written work as well as practical. If you haven't analysed an artist or made annotations about your artwork, then no matter how good the piece is, you will not meet the grade. 3. I only like drawing. Being confident when drawing is great, as it's an important part of the course, but there are lots of other skills you must demonstrate. Drawing alone will not get you through. Number 4. Art is just fun. Art is fun, but it's also hard work, and a lot of hours go into each project. There will be after-school sessions in which I will expect you to attend if work isn't on track. And number 5, my friends are choosing it. Or because of all the reasons we have talked about already, picking art because your friends are is not a good idea. It's a long 2 years doing something that you dislike. Okay, here is a summary of the materials or some of the materials you will use when experimenting and creating artwork. So, what happens after GCSE? Well, after obtaining your qualification, you may well further your studies at college and look to a career involving art. Here are a few examples of the sorts of jobs that require a creative imagination. You could be a graphic web designer, a comic book creator, a set designer, a jewellery maker, an exhibit designer, just to name a few. That brings me to the end of the PowerPoint. Please consider your options wisely. If you have any questions, you can email me. I'd like to thank you for watching, and to finish off with, here is a selection of artwork produced last year. Enjoy!
So, you want to take BTEC First Drama. What do you understand by drama? Have a watch of this fun video. Maybe there's a few things you knew, maybe there are things you don't. Listen to these students talking about their drama school. Yes, they're in a drama school, but they're still doing exactly the same course as we would be doing.
I enjoyed this course because it enabled me to make new friends and to build my confidence by working in a supportive environment surrounded by like-minded people. My favourite aspect of the drama course itself is the department because the environment is so inclusive and diverse. Everyone fits in and it's like you're a family. No one's judged and no one feels excluded. Our teacher Erina is always very supportive. She's always around the department helping out as much as she possibly can. The teacher, she is so supportive. She's there for you whether it's extra revision or help with extra work, as well as going out of her way to help with universities or drama school applications. We often have lots of opportunities to build our practical skills through companies like Frantic Assembly coming in to put on workshops for us.
BTEC First course encourages you to plan, to act out, to rehearse, to perform these things, and then to review all of your performances working with other students. All of this is getting you ready for your own individual showcase, where you perform in a range of roles and a range of jobs. So what does this entail? We're going to be finding out how to stage a show, learning specialist skills, acting and performance, and gaining hands-on experience. We're going to get there by working together, lots of practical sessions, but some written ones too, and various local professionals, actors, technicians, producers, directors will be coming in to talk to us, or we'll be going out to visit them and seeing them do their job in local theatres. So what will the work look like? Well, we will have some writing to do. That'll often be writing reports and write-ups of our rehearsals and performances, as well as playing games and doing some activities that we undertake in lessons to develop character and understanding of personal space and performance skills. Sometimes we may review a theatre performance we've been to or had come into school. And if you're still interested in taking BTEC drama after all you've heard, here's a snapshot of the long-term plan. It's a preparation and feedback is given to you on a weekly basis, that we make careful assessment decisions based on the defined assessment criteria that's listed in the spec, that we validate and record our assessments, and that we work closely with Pearson to ensure that we implement the course as it's supposed to be. And we have deadlines to send things externally to be marked by Pearson, as you can see below. So, finally, how can you prepare for the course in advance of September? Well, you can get to as many plays as you possibly can, COVID permitting, performances, musicals, shows of any description at as many different theatres as you possibly can. Choose BTEC First Drama.
Finally, 9GTE. Choose your options carefully, work hard and ask for help when needed. The aim is for you to achieve the best that you are capable of. Good luck to you all. You will need to fill in the back of your option booklet for me, stating your preferences. You will need to hand them back in to me by the 5th of March. And what I will do is, some subjects get a lot of interest, I'll be putting a date and a time on them so that when I receive them, so that allocation can be on a first come basis. Good luck, 9GTE.